So there's a number of different types of factoring techniques, but each one of them boils down to reversing a product. So we're going to look at the conjugate pairs. Conjugate means they both have an x, they both have the same number, but one is positive, one is negative. So if I have x times x, that's x squared, and x times negative 5, it's negative 5x. 5 times x is positive 5x minus 25. So what happens is the middle terms cancel out, and I have x squared minus 25. So really what's happening every single time is you square the first number, square the second number, and it becomes minus because those middle terms will disappear. So practice the next ones. 4x times 4x is 16x squared. 1 times 1 is 1, and it's minus. This is the shortcut. X times x is x squared, y times y is y squared, and it's minus. 2x times 2x is 4x squared, 3 times 3 is 9, and it's minus. 5x times 5x is 25x squared, 2y times 2y is 4y squared, and it's minus. The only way that this works is if you have the same terms, so 5x and 2y, and one is positive, one is negative. So what happens is you square the first, square the second, it becomes a minus. So I want you to practice all these on your own. X squared minus 36, 25x minus 4, x squared, sorry. 4x squared minus 49y squared, 16 minus x squared, 36 minus 25y squared, 100x squared minus 16y squared. So we should be able to reverse them. I see that the x squared and the 81 are both perfect squares. So the square root of x squared is x. The square root of 81 is 9. So I know that I'm going to have an x and a 9. One is plus, one is minus. 3x and 2. So I'm square rooting each time. 5 and y. 2x and 9y. 11x and 1. And 1 and 2x. So never forget that when we factor, we're always rewriting an expression. So let's look at x squared minus 9. Well, if I put a 0 in for x, that's 0 minus 9. Or 1 times negative 9. Or negative 3 times positive 3. No matter what, you're going to have the answer at negative 9. For 1, that's going to be 1 minus 9, or 2 times negative 8. Or negative 2 times 4. Looking at this, though, there's evidence that one of these is wrong. So, or I'm going to have 4 minus 9, or 3 times negative 7, or negative 1 times 5. And finally, 9 minus 9, 4 times negative 6, 0 times 6. So you look that if you do all of these, they became negative 9. But as I look at the rest of them, this is negative 8, this is negative 8. The middle one is negative 16. Negative 5, negative 5. The middle one's negative 21. 0, 0. The middle one is wrong. So by multiplying out their respective factors, which of the two have the correct factorization, it's going to be Isabel, sorry, that has the correct factorization.